He probably will. It will probably happen several times throughout the adventure.
Hello, everybody. Just switched over. I just got something in the mail, so I'm going to open it live because why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
None of you are going to
Really?
see me opening the box because the camera's at a weird angle, but whatever.
But he's going to do it anyways because, it's Scotty and it's Scotty.
Also, welcome to the stream.
Oh, shit, you weren't kidding.
No, not at all. So, when we last left off, I think everybody except Nix is animals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Can everyone, say what they are? Real quick.
Brakka is a green giraffe with tusks.
How big?
A giraffe.
Giraffe sized.
I thought you
Giraffe
were.
size.
I thought you were smaller than that.
No, I'm a giraffe.
Nope, huge size beast.
Oh, oh damn.
Yeah, I'm a cute fox with fins. Fox-sized fox.
You're a swordfish fox.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I have a sword in my face.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. A sword fox just sounds so much cooler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine a fennec fox, but with a swordfish unicorn horn.
Patterns of a koi.
Why haven't I drawn this yet?
You have. That's what the inspiration's from.
Oh, that's fine.
Actually, let me get the
That's
picture.
fine.
Sorry, everybody. We're being distracted in multiple different directions tonight. Just bear with us, please.
Par for the course with our party.
Well,
And
normally
I'm
we're
a boar.
distracted- Oh yeah. Sorry, Matt.
No. Wow. Yeah, I'm that. So be careful.
So, and to be fair, normally we're not this distracted until after we get into the game.
Okay. So you might be wondering what the heck I have in this box here. Well, I had a little automaton, but the cheap plastic frame on it died. So then I got a bigger one, and I foolishly plugged in the power cable to my microphone, which is at 45 volts, into the 5-volt power thing on that automaton.
Uh-oh.
So it fried that one. So what I got here
That's what happened.
is a brand new automaton.
Nice.
And unlike the other ones, this one has a fancy phone app, so I can make it sound like guitars and stuff. See,
Sweet.
techno. Oh, there.
Yeah, everybody. It's been nice having you on stream. We'll see.
See you
Yeah,
next
we're coming
week.
to the
Yeah,
unboxing.
thank you for joining me on my unboxing video. Please like and subscribe. Punch the like button in the face like a Phoenix fox. Okay, no,
Why
but
would
for
you
reals.
punch a fox?
But for reals, you all stepped outside of this rundown single-room cottage, and that Baba Yaga was in, and she told you important information. She told you where the phylactery for Kochichi, the demon lord of frost giants, with the silliest name for a demon lord I've ever heard, is underneath the Tree of Life up in the mountains in the northern part of Avernus. And after she told you that information, she vanished, and the hut turned into this very run-down, rotted wood structure in the middle of these woods. And when you all tried to exit, everybody but Nix didn't make their save, so they all turned into various animals.
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And I'm not sure if I mentioned it on last session, but if I did, it's being retconned now. Everybody still has their same sentience and intelligence. You know what you are. It's like Mario at the beginning of Mario Odyssey, where he goes to look at the frog hands, and he's like, whoa, you know?
Love the pop culture references there.
Yep. So, what do y'all do?
First off, I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
If Nix had not made the save, what would Nix have become?
The world may never know.
My money's on Meerkat.
Great. I turn into Daxter. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Truthfully, I was thinking of Newt. Because it'd be funny, and it was a hag. So you know.
Word I don't like to say on stream.
But in any case, the sun is not visible. Actually, the sky is not visible, I should say. There's no sun in Avernus. But the treetops and stuff seem so thick that you cannot see the sky. But you do hear a bunch of sounds in the woods. All of them ones of nature. Brakka doesn't need to roll a nature check because you're proficient. These sounds like a lot of creatures that are a mix between daytime, and some of them you hear some that sound like they're normally nocturnal. So maybe it's like dusk dawn kind of thing going on.
Can't say anything because I'm a giraffe.
Do you try to say anything?
Probably would have, but would have just like not, because it's like all just bellows and shit, and then it should be like just roll her eyes. Just
What,
I don't know.
What would she have said?
But it started to say okay, let's, and then pause.
As you say that like you were normal.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Looks down at itself.
You all hear Brakka way above you in the treetops.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. Is she just gonna try and just shape back into herself? Because Druid, does wild shape not work?
No.
Alright, leans down her neck just so it'll be level with everybody. Like, okay, things are weird.
I guess I would try to talk.
What do you say?
What the just happened?
You look over and you see a wild boar come out of the bushes, and it says that in Richtofen's voice.
Oh,
Am I able to put two?
You have you're a druid. You have high wisdom. You can put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, God.
Actually, none of you have negatives in your wisdom, so you pretty much know. Hey, we just got turned into animals for some reason.
Like, oh, God, I guess she was right. She's not pleasant at all.
where's my crossbow?
A cute little fox, mixed between a fox and a swordfish, comes out of another bush.
I think it's
The
merged.
big ears are down, looking all sad.
I think it's.
Saddest thing I've ever seen.
Is it a
Aw.
finnick fish?
It is a finnick
Yeah.
fish.
Aw. Ryan just looks over. Is like, if this is anything like what happens whenever I transform, it's probably merged with you, just like my staff.
Wait, me and my crossbow have become one?
Yes, but I wouldn't try and shoot anything. I don't think it'll work.
You
I
don't
will
want to know
try
where the
to
arrows
shoot. I
come
will
out.
try to shoot my crossbow part of myself with my mind.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, really?
As you concentrate, it's concentration really hard on it.
17. A saving throw. Excuse me. 20.
You guys don't see anything happen, but Koi, you're pretty sure you just pooped yourself.
I think it's starting to work.
I wouldn't press it further.
At least you didn't try to use sharpshooter on it.
I mean, I just need ammunition, I'm sure.
God, what is happening? Okay,
Piece of cake.
let's try and focus. We need to find a way out of here and out of being animals.
That's when you all realize it's been a very long day for you. When was the last time you guys slept?
When was it? Before we. When was the last time we slept?
It was before you went to go see the Witch Queen, Igswell.
Just before that, yeah.
It's been a very long day.
I honestly don't want to stay here.
Are the vehicles anywhere around?
Not that you can see. You just see woodland all around you.
Did that thing
You do
take
notice
us
that
to?
some every once in a while you'll see like a bird. It was flying by. One blue jay
I just
lands
see
up on a tree branch, about 50 feet up above from the rest of you, and it
So
looks
how
down
far
at you,
above for Brakka?
30 feet above you.
Right.
I go full inquisitive fox on the bird.
Okay,
Brakka's just gonna look at the bird and say, "Hey,
he goes, "Hey, we got new visitors."
hopefully temporary. Where the heck are we?
Wouldn't I like to know?
Oh, where were you last?
Last thing I remember, I was in Orth, but I don't think I'm there anymore.
Do we know where that's at?
That will be our history check. Yeah, that'll be history check.
An arc history trip.
I was debating Arcana because Spelljammer, but either or.
12.
Yeah, you've never heard of it.
I guess we're all a long way from home then.
We're in hell, so yeah.
And Miss Druid, how long does these little things usually last?
Polymorph? About a minute, usually.
I don't think it's a polymorph. I've been this way for a few years.
What?
The name's Phil, by the way.
Hello, Phil. I'm Brakka. This is Nix,
Hi.
Richtofen, and Koi.
Yeah, me and my band of adventurers went to go hunt this old grandma that apparently was doing some dark magic in the woods. And then I woke up one morning in the woods and I was like this.
What? The old lady you were chasing, would her name happen to be Baba Yaga?
I don't know what her name was.
Was she in
You kids were going missing in the village. One of the few that actually made it back out of the woods mentioned about being taken in by an old lady.
Yeah, that sounds like Baba Yaga.
Yeah, sounds like her. All right.
So, I apologize. I missed this last section. Is Phil a satyr? Satire? Fucking.
No, he's not a satyr. He's a bluebird.
If he was
Okay.
if he was a satyr, a hydra would appear.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Kingdom Hearts memes aside.
Yes.
Well, I'll suggest getting comfortable. I don't think there's any way to leave here.
Wait, but
That's when he goes to fly away.
Lulu's with us, though, right?
Yep.
So I sincerely doubt that. Lulu?
You look over and you see a tiny little mouse.
Is it
Golden
Golden
fur
mouse?
with a little tuft above its head. And it goes,
Oh,
squeak.
What?
How
The
could-
crap?
okay, something's going on here.
You think? What was your first clue?
Am I able to cast spells?
No.
I can't use my freakishly long tongue to do anything, can I?
Nope.
Damn it.
Well,
Scratch your nose.
Well, I mean, as much as a giraffe can.
Okay. Okay, this is going to... We need to find a way to undo this and get out of here.
With your new keen senses, you do hear a stream nearby.
All right, let's go get something to drink and then we can try and focus.
are my boys here?
Are your boys here? Yes. All your skelly boys are here. They are perfectly
they-
intact and not changed at all.
Okay. Since I'm able to talk, am I able to command them
What do you tell them to do?
to follow us?
They follow.
Okay.
At least that's the same.
So you head to the nearby creek and you get a drink of the water. And this is the best water you've ever tasted, mostly because you haven't really drank anything since you went to hell.
So I'm going to empty out the water pouches that I did have and fill them with this stuff.
Okay.
Am I fox-sized or swordfish-sized?
You are tiny. You're like cat-sized. You're like a fennec fox. And those are like very
Okay,
small, but with very big
Yeah.
ears.
Okay. So the bird has been here for years. And I'm guessing all the other animals here have been here for years as well.
Probably not a good idea to assume anything with Baba Yaga.
True.
Who knows? This could be her private menagerie.
Don't use that word with that.
You see a few salmon swimming upstream, just casually.
I flag one down.
They seem too busy swimming upstream to care.
Damn it.
As you're just like, hey, hey! And they just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Okay.
Nor me.
Sword Fennec. You have an odd hunting instinct that those look pretty tasty.
Oh, man.
Do I believe I can...
And you start thinking with your head when you notice when you cross your eyes, you do have a large swordfish pike on your forehead.
I am super tiny and summons are big. Whatever. I'm gonna drop into the water and try to chase this.
With that massive horn, is she going to be top heavy?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
We'll say due to the crazy evolution of that beast, they've balanced themselves out, that it actually is aerodynamically designed or something. Hydrodynamically designed. As you go to stab, and it's like harpooning. So give me a roll to hit. You have a +4 in your current form.
So at this point, they're basically headbanging for fish.
You know how a 10 does work. You notice how you know how some Arctic foxes will like jump up and go straight down into the snow?
Yeah.
That's what you do in the water with your horn. And you catch one. You actually stab one straight through the horn. And you pop out of the water with it, and it's...
Is it screaming in pain?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so good to note. Fish are fish.
None of you speak
And not-
salmon, so...
And not people. Uh-oh.
Wait, could Koi hear it screaming in pain, though, because former Triton.
I speak Agwan, not sound.
But Tritons can convey simple messages to animals.
In this
so
current form, you don't have your Triton abilities.
Wait, actually, I don't speak Agwan, I speak Primordial for some reason.
Also, Tritons can communicate simple thoughts to sea creatures, but they don't talk
right.
back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Okay.
It is
Does
straight up
this
Aquaman,
hurt?
where it's like, come to me!
Can I throw the salmon up in the air and just behead it with my horn?
Yeah, give me another roll to hit.
+4, right?
Yep.
13.
Alright, yeah, you do just that. Pretty easily.
Oh, okay.
When it cooked,
You don't know why, but it tastes better as sushi. Almost like you have the pancreas now.
Okay.
Actually, do Tritons have pancreas? They would have pancreas, but whatever. Anyway. It tastes better in this
next
form.
time on the biology of D&D.
Don't tempt Kevin. He'll
There's
look up,
nothing that won't tempt Kevin. He's going to do it regardless.
he'll look up in his giant archives of 2nd edition stuff and be like, oh, actually, Tritons only have 32 teeth instead of 36 or something. And you're like, I didn't need to know that, but okay. Sorry, Kevin. Just a horrible way of complimenting that you were able to find some really abstract stuff from 2nd edition. But in any case,
Horrible at complimenting, but the insult still stands.
gosh darn it. You enjoy your nice meal of salmon.
Does any of you want some salmon?
I think, except for Nix, the rest of us are herbivores.
Yeah, sure. The Dragonborn?
He's a
The
boar.
dragon boar.
Oh right, Rick doesn't have his acid breath.
Oh, Richtofen. You have a +2 right now, but roll d20 at advantage.
Sorry, everyone. That just caught me off guard.
19.
You catch on your snout with your keen smell something that smells really tasty.
Even my boars are
and it's not
omnivores.
the salmon.
Omnivores.
Okay, I guess I would sniff the air and sniff at the ground.
All right. Do you follow the smell?
Yes.
You end up about 10 feet away from the creek, and there are a bunch of truffles growing next to a tree on the shade side. They smell delicious.
To our animal side tonight.
And I guess I dig the truffles up.
All right. Dig them up. You can actually taste something. Oh, that's another thing here. You guys don't need to roll Arcana checks because you guys had the Candlekeep lore on Avernus. You don't think you're on Avernus anymore because you can actually taste food and water here.
But the tree that we're looking for is in Avernus.
Yes. And you also don't feel the weight of the souls of the damned on you at all times.
And
AKA
Lluis showed up before turning into a mouse.
Yeah, you see her eating a seed from one of the grass roots. She's like,
You know what?
and you hear her say, "I'm just rolling with it."
You know what? I'm hungry too. Lightning lure on one of the salmon.
Okay, roll to hit at
shit,
advantage because it's underwater. Underwater.
Yeah, you're probably gonna cook it with the lightning.
That's the point.
Or cook everything in the entire creek.
I would not have a problem
Actually,
with
better yet, just give me a survival check.
that. Survival. Okay, what is my survival?
A survival.
There it
Ooh,
is.
a survival charisma check. Are you proficient with survival?
I am not proficient with survival.
Then just a charisma check because charisma is your spellcasting modifier.
That it is, which makes that a 19.
All right. Yoink! You pull up another salmon.
Is it cooked already?
Yes. And for a brief moment, you hear, "Ah!"
That does not fill me with confidence, but I'm too hungry to care. I eat the fish.
I mean, it could have been cooked better, but it's cooked salmon. It's definitely a hell of a lot better than, no pun
Hell's
intended.
fish.
Than,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have no problems with this. I've got cold water in my water skins and decent fish being eaten. Yeah, I'm not complaining.
It also tastes a little gamey because you didn't skin it or anything. But that doesn't matter. You were starving. So.
Yeah, it's pretty much starving at that point.
If Brakka can eat the leaves.
What do you think I've been doing while trying to think?
You just notice like a branch fall down every once in a while, just from your head shifting around the treetops.
Completely
with your
stripped
mouth
of all,
closed.
completely stripped of all leaves.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're getting way too into character.
And as you all eat a meal, that's when you were like feeling tired before. Now you're like really tired. Like all of you are pretty much like the, you know.
Uh-oh.
Especially since you had a really nice meal.
Quick, Borrick. I'm sorry. I just immediately saw the Rick and
What
Morty
is it,
thing.
Marty?
Yeah. Make the tiny hut deal. I think we all deserve a nap at this point.
Can I cast?
You attempt to cast Tiny Hut, and you can't because you're a boar.
Can I make a little tiny boar hut?
You see Rick the boar use his tusks in the ground, and he starts like digging a little hole.
Oh, great, I'm burrowing.
I'll take that as a no.
Little mouse Lulu attempts to help and has little paws going. She's not helping.
As adorable as this is not helping anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
since you
mean-
can still cast spells, how about you make us a campfire?
Yeah, okay. Everybody gather around. I'll go grab some sticks.
Well, Brakka's providing all the sticks from up there.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't have to go far. You find a lot of firewood pretty quickly.
So yeah, I make a little campfire for us. Me and my animal companions, because now apparently we're in Furry Road.
Maybe.
Shout outs to Vex.
Yeah.
Able to watch on Fractured Moon over on Twitch. The DM is in the party.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize you were in the party for Furry Road.
He's the DM?
Yeah. I'm the DM.
Oh, right. Of course. I am an idiot. I am sorry. This has been a hell of a long time.
And as you set up camp, at least the best you can, you got a nice fire going. Do you guys take a long rest? It's very peaceful here.
It would be nice.
Nothing we can really do at this point. We're animals.
So I'm just imagining Giraffe Brakka has just went to lay down, because giraffes actually do lay down on all fours.
Yep.
And everyone else is just like inside the middle part of you, curled up, and your head's down.
Yep.
And everyone else is just snoozing there.
Yep.
So you all
including Nix.
Including Nix. So you will all get a long rest.
Yay.
And as you all get a long rest, everybody needs a charisma saving throw.
Oh no. I'm afraid of this.
Why you do this to us?
Because he can.
Charisma or Constitution?
Charisma. So you should be fine. You should be good.
Yeah. I should be definitely fine.
18. Well, that's what we said about what I said about wisdom saving throws, and I'm a fucking giraffe.
Yeah, that's true.
And an 18.
I got the same 18.
14.
14.
Oh, okay.
When you all wake up in the morning, you are no longer animals.
Oh, thank God.
Damn it. Because that was going to be one interesting episode.
Okay, so the way I imagine us,
but you are all still in the same positions you were when you slept, when you went to sleep.
I was gonna say, so the way I imagine this, when we all wake up, is that Lulu is on top of Brakka's head, and the rest of them are just laying against Brakka's side, and she's like, oh,
I mean,
God.
I wasn't much bigger than Lulu, so I was probably also on top of something.
Okay, so even better. Koi is on top. Lulu is on top of Koi, who is on top of Brakka's head. And Brakka just like wakes up and just can't breathe and just starts flailing around.
And that wakes up everybody else pretty much.
Yeah.
Frog on a log on a bed. I can't remember the song.
Such a crick in the neck. Oh, wait.
You
have a trick in the neck?
Hey, you're all the same. Looks down. Damn it, I'm still me.
Oh, thank God. I could.
On that note, Brakka can roll me either a religion or an arcana check.
They're going to be the same score either way, so I'll just go roll.
That's handy.
It's an 8.
Okay.
Wait, would it be that or would it be nature?
If you want to go with nature, sure.
No, I have to re-roll it because I just picked up the dice and I forgot what it was. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Not even better. It's still an 8. I think I rolled a 5 the first time, and then I rolled a 2.
You need to chuck that dice.
It's my green dice that gave me my first triple nat 20 in the first episode, so I'm like, I'm a little hesitant to, but no, I have to.
Yeah, that's fair.
There is
Find
something
new
quite
dice.
odd about this place. And you can't quite put your finger on it. But you feel like you've read about this somewhere.
All right, we need to get out of here. I'm going to find a way out of here so we can get that phylactery, get Rick not cursed.
Well, the problem with that is the tree we're looking for is in hell. How the hell do we get back to hell?
Well, Lulu showed up here, so it may not be...
Can we have Lulu fly up above the canopy and try to find out where exactly we are in these woods and where we should be able to start heading towards?
Yeah, she's like, okay. She goes up and, a few branches fall as she goes above the tree line.
Imaginary watch while they wait for Ludo to come back.
She comes back a few seconds later and says, I think I know where we are. As I have her roll, she says, I think we're in the Beastlands.
Does it click for Brakka then, hearing that? And that name?
The Beastlands is where a lot of my kind are at. In the upper plains.
The upper plains?
We took a wrong turn.
Or a right one.
Did we just hit someone's familiar?
Okay, who has the map and where did we turn at Albuquerque?
I don't know
The
how
map was upside down.
I don't know how we got here, but I know who we could talk to.
Oh,
that's a start.
Yeah. Would I know from worshipping like Meliki and the other nature gods if any of them reside here in the Beastlands?
Maybe. You're not sure.
All right.
Not sure. You're not sure.
I know. I know that most of them aren't. Because this is the upper plains, not neutral.
Right.
Most of them are neutral. And Lulu explains that the Beastlands is also known as the Land of the Hunt. And it's filled with intelligent beasts and such. Those close with nature that were good aligned usually end up here.
What am I doing here? Lulu, so where do we need to go?
We need to look for a cloud. But first we need to get out of these woods. And I saw an open plains off in the distance. That way, she points her trunk.
Right. Let's head out.
See.
Man, I don't have my bike.
That's
don't
okay.
have my rig, so
I'm sure we can get it back. Pretty sure no one would steal it, right?
hey, it was a nice neighborhood we left it in. Idling and everything.
Brakka just like
goes
Brakka
back to
just,
Avernus, and they're like on bricks.
no.
I knew it looked like New Jersey.
Yeah, Chaka and Clonker there, just like mounting them up on bricks.
Pretty much.
They're not there with a repo vehicle.
That's what Mad Maggie has.
You don't want to mess with the repo man in hell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Mad Maggie is.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Brakka just like crouches down and just puts her hand out for Nix to climb up on like they usually do back in the material plane.
Climbs right up.
Shoulder. Got my shoulder, Kobold.
And you all head out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything special with your druidiness that would help on travel in woodlands?
I
know rangers get a thing, and I know like the specific druid does, but you're the
dreams.
Yeah.
Dream circle druid. Not.
Pretty sure it's black one.
It's not showing any special druidy things just yet. I do have class features to feats, no feats.
Oh, all of you at home can look yourselves if you're watching on Twitch via the D&D Beyond overlay, which should be working now with everybody's characters.
What is the terrain like down here? Is it like heavy underbrush or?
It's like it's woods. You're moving at half speed going through here just because there's a bunch of tree branches and roots and stuff.
I have Wander from my Outlander background. It's just given me excellent memory on maps and geography, and I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around me. And I can find food, fresh water for myself and up to 5 creatures a day.
Did you want to use that now here?
I can use my Wanderer feature, yeah. It's not something I have to expend. It's just something I have because I have that as my background.
Right. So I'll say while you guys travel with Lulu guiding the way out of the woods, you're able to veer off from the rest of the group for just brief moments, still within visibility of everybody, as you go to like gather nuts and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe every once in a while you like are able to pick up a pebble and you hit a bird and just, and it doesn't go like, ah, why'd you do that? Guilt trip. None of that. So, and I'll say you get enough food for everybody for what your background said. Was that up to 5 people a day?
Up to 5 creatures a day, yeah.
Okay.
All the jerky's back in hell.
That's
No,
right.
actually, you still have it all with you, don't you? Or is it in your vehicle?
It was in the vehicle.
Oh, you don't have it with you then.
Oh,
I'll say you kept at least a day's rations worth on you. You love it so much.
We were using the vehicle to dry out the meat.
That's right. It's still drying. Never mind.
No.
That takes a while.
You didn't put it in front of the exhaust, did you, Mav? Rick?
No.
Okay.
Inside the engine mount.
Which it would have turned off after a day because of the soul coins.
Yeah, but it's still hot as hell in hell, so inside of a medical vehicle.
Right.
Too bad we didn't put cookies up there.
Lulu's like,
burnt by the time we get back.
Lulu starts saying, "It's this way. We're almost there." And as she's saying that, the tree branches and stuff are like thick enough that it's kind of becoming more difficult. And she's actually starting to get a little too far ahead of you guys. So I'll have everybody roll me dexterity checks.
Not
as you're
old
trying
earth.
to-
I'm clearing the path.
You move the soil, and there's a bunch of roots now in your way.
Okay, I'll just keep digging it up and throwing it away, making us a little
You
underground.
move the soil, but you do not move the roots that the soil was in.
Well, that's malarkey.
Wait, what level is plant growth?
I think that's pretty high level. And I don't think you want plant growth at the moment.
But it wouldn't let me control plants.
Let's double check. It is a 3rd level transmutation spell.
Oh, so I could have it. I just don't have anything. Yeah, I didn't get to prepare whatever spells I was going to prepare after a long rest.
There are 2 options for it. There's one action version casting time, and there's the 8-hour casting time version. The one action one, you choose a point within range. All normal planes within a 100-foot radius centered on the point become thick and overgrown. All creatures moving through there, it's like double difficult terrain. They move at quarter speed. You can exclude 1 or more areas for any size within the spell's area from being affected.
Yeah.
AKA where you're standing, pretty much. If you spend the full 8 hours doing it, you enrich the land, and all plants within a half-mile radius centered on the point where you cast it become enriched for a year, and they yield twice the normal amount of food when harvested.
Yeah. It wouldn't be useful here then. This probably isn't normal plants. This is heaven plant.
All right, and
Dex it
the
is. then.
Minotaurs are out front with their battle axes, wayfinding us a path.
Dex saves as you guys are trying to get through there.
You really don't realize when the DM is effectively railroading you, right, Mav?
Soft 20.
You can roll attack rolls for the damage for your Minotaurs as well, as they're chopping through all the vines and such.
16 on Dex.
Okay.
22 for Nix.
17.
And
Soft 20 for Brakka.
And what did you get for your Minotaurs' great axes, damage-wise? I'm not going to have you roll to hit, just roll damage. They're aiming at the broad side of a wilderness barn. That is vulnerable to slashing damage, so... I mean, oh, you're my dice.
Yeah, I need to get rid of this green dice. I need to get rid of this dice.
Was it the last game I played?
Just
No,
been test rolling it.
Last Saturday, during our Chaos Crew Acquisitions Incorporated game, I rolled no higher than a 9 the entire night.
Yikes.
It was great.
38 combined.
Okay, your Minotaurs actually clear most of the path for you guys pretty well, just from chopping up the roots and branches and vines in the way. And a lot of you, the deck saves is you guys rushing to get ahead. and you're just barely able to keep up with Lulu and keep her in sight when you come into a clearing, and you see a prairie filled with tall wild grass, and it's like amber waves as the wind is blowing here in this open area. And Lulu flies up, is flying over there. She moves 100 feet ahead, and she's looking down at something that you can't quite see because of the tall grass and stuff in the way.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
If Nix is on foot at this point, how far can they see over the fields of grain?
You lost sight of Lulu 30 feet when she moved 30 feet ahead, I'll say.
Actually, you were riding on my shoulder, I thought.
Well, I figured as much, but if we were having to roll individual dex checks, obviously Nix would be, bounding from root to root and just hopping over everywhere.
And the grass isn't overhead for anyone else but you. I think it's around 3 feet, 3 or 4 feet tall.
That's taller than me.
Yeah.
Right. Can I get Nix back on my shoulder again?
And Lulu is just flying there, and she's looking down at something, and she looks back at you guys, and she just, with her tusk, is like...
Heading over.
Lulu.
You do notice that, regardless of your long rest, the sun seems to constantly be at the horizon. And it seems at a constant low light as you get like a giant red sun just glowing there. And the sky is fading from an orange to pink to blue across the horizon. As you just see hundreds and thousands of stars in the sky.
Oh no, not a red sun. My powers are useless here.
Bunch of clouds as well up there.
Could always slash and burn this whole field.
That's not, please. I wouldn't want to set on fire anybody that may be useful here.
As you move up ahead, you see that she is pointing down at a small little pool of water that seems to have collected over time.
Oh, neat.
Perfectly still. Seems like showing your guys' reflections perfectly.
I will hop off of Brakka's shoulder and go look into the water and go, "Hey, lady of the lake, are you there?"
Brakka's just going to walk up to Lulu. What'd you find?
I sense another good being, a powerful one that might be able to help us.
Being or bean?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
They told me to look into water. And as she says that, and Nix, you are staring into the pool. Give me an insight check.
Ooh.
As you look at your own reflection.
Oh, neat. 21.
You stare into the water, and for some reason you touch it once with your finger, and the whole thing ripples. And as it does, your reflection seems to shimmer in shape, and you see before you a blue Dragonborn for just a brief moment. And then that's when you also notice that the clouds above you appear to be a humanoid face that is looking down at you, smiling.
Nobody look now, but I think the clouds are watching us.
Would you have looked up?
I'd still be looking in the water, considering there's a giant freaking face in the clouds.
Okay. Does anyone else look into the pool?
Brock will take a look as well, just out of curiosity.
Insight.
I'll peer over Nix's shoulder.
Insight.
Is everybody huddling around the 3-foot-tall kobold?
I mean, it's not hard. You're a lot shorter than them, so they can just leer over.
24.
18.
Like you're just like, yeah, I guess. Brakka, you look into the pool, and you see yourself. And you see with you ghostly apparitions of your orc clan. Of all the family that you had lost along the way. correct me if I'm wrong about your background, but are your parents still alive that you know of?
Which ones?
The orc ones.
No.
You see them putting their hand on your shoulder, and you feel that, and they smile, look at you and nod. And then that's when you also see the face in the clouds through the reflection. Richtofen.
Ease.
In the pool,
Sorry.
you see yourself. But instead of the youthful black dragonborn that you are, your eyes appear to be sunken in and gaunt. Your scales seem to be a pale, almost a 60% gray instead of black scales. And you look very malnourished. And that's when you see all of your skeletons next to you. And you swear you can see even more of them behind you. The sky seems to turn red for you like a fire. But you'll also see the cloud face above you. But it's not smiling, it's just like... looks like disappointed.
You know, I swear I remember reading about a mirror that did this, but not a pool of water.
What's happening?
Koi, you're just staring at them, staring at the water?
What's so interesting here?
As you look into the puddle, insight check.
Yourself winning the house cup any reason?
She's gonna be surrounded by cake.
9.
All you see is you and everybody else staring into the water.
Ouch.
Oh,
Though
okay.
you're pretty
It's
sure
efficient.
there is something weird going on with the clouds.
Can I look up in the sky?
As you look up, you see a face in the clouds, and it's looking down at you and the rest of the group.
How? I mean, what face expression?
Smiling, a slight smile.
Okay, I won't shoot it then.
As
You
I'm
can't help but
looking-
when you see it, it kind of reminds you of your grandpa Triton. Just that, like, sitting in his floating rocking conch shell chair. You know? I'm like, how would Triton? Now I'm like, 2E mode. How does society feel about elders in Triton society?
Mermaid man.
Evil. But in any case,
And it works because it's Tritons.
yeah.
As I'm looking at this reflection, do I hear "be prepared" in my head?
You're probably humming.
Kind of a little bit, and it says, "Hello," to you, Koi.
Hello, what are you doing to my
It
friend?
whispers this, and the rest of you hear the winds like, "Hello." And there's like a lot of wind blowing. It seems to be coming from the face, like it just talking. Its breath caused a wind to blow through the plains.
So, is anybody else concerned that we're literally hearing the whispering winds?
We're hearing the weird face in the sky.
I speak to the dead. What's your point?
Yeah, okay.
It speaks up a little bit, noticing that you actually can understand it. And it says, "You are looking for your way." And as it says that, the clouds rumble a little bit.
Wait, do you know the way? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, good grief.
I couldn't stop myself. I'm sorry.
Now I can't stop thinking of it. In any case,
We've ruined the mystique. We ruined the mystique of the moment.
Didn't get it.
I know of the way. I know of many ways. Each is on their own path.
But is this the way?
Sensing this is going to go in a roundabout way, Brakka just looks up to the face. He's like, we need to find a way back to the lower plains. We have a mission there.
Its face goes from a slight smile to just looking a little sadder, and it says, "I am stuck here. because the mother wants me to stay here. But you all can leave.
Wait, which mother?
The mother of hags.
Oh no, Baba Yaga got you too?
And then that's when you all notice that you're actually in like a video game, and it's like a video game sky. And it's actually a lot smaller of a sky than you thought it was.
What in the name of Skybox?
Wait.
But I am
How?
fine here.
Oh.
I miss the land of the hunt. But she has made a good job making this as close as she can.
So this isn't the Beastlands?
It is and it is not. Just as you are orc, but also not.
I see.
So, before we try to go back to where we were, is there something we could do to help you? Or are you good?
I am as I am. There is no good or bad.
Right.
But in order to find your way, you have to remember who you are.
Okay, Mufasa, listen here.
Remember.
And it's fading out.
Remember.
Hey, get back here!
I have amnesia, you prick.
Remember.
All right.
This is getting good.
All right, I'm burning the planes down.
Please don't.
And the clouds seem to fade off back towards the woods you guys came. And as you're like, wait, come back, you notice that two of the trees on the edge of the wood are actually arced together.
That's a doorway.
We'll find a monkey.
I was really tempted, but I didn't want to go that far. He's my favorite character. I don't think I could do him justice.
Let's go, I guess.
I mean, there's no other reason for us to stay here.
Yeah.
You
So
feel-
do we convey with each other what we saw in the puddle?
Nobody asked.
Do we want to?
That's what roleplay is for.
Like Brakka just like gets Nix back on the shoulder. What did you see in there that was so mesmerizing?
Well, I'm not sure 100%, but it looked like a blue Dragonborn.
Weren't you red the last time that we were in some sort of flashbacking sort of thing?
Well, that was with Zariel, though. That
True.
may not have been me. This may have been me.
True. I saw my tribe.
Huh.
I saw everybody that died.
Hmm.
As Brakka says this, you notice a reddish light seem to flicker and glimmer between the arc of the trees. But as Brakka stops pondering on that thought, the light seems to disappear.
Strange though. Maybe not. I didn't see my parents.
It starts to flicker on again.
I saw Vola, and I saw Kirel. But my mom and dad weren't there.
You all feel the dry, hot air of Avernus gently blow through from the woods.
Ah, there's that familiar feel.
Anybody else getting the feeling that the more we think of hell, the more that kind of becomes it?
But I wasn't thinking of that.
No, but you were suffering.
As you stopped thinking of that, that dry air seems to cease and the light's gone. From the arc.
Oh, damn it. We've got to think of hell to get back there.
The air is just like, remember who you are.
But what I saw, it didn't even really feel like hell. It felt right.
Background information.
Concerning than anything else that's been happening here, Rick.
What did you see, Rick?
Well, I was in my elder years, apparently, and I had assembled a massive army of skeletons.
With or without our corpses?
I didn't see your corpses.
Okay. Wait, whose did you see?
I'm not sure. There was so many of them.
Roll me
And I get
an intelligence saving throw as you're trying to remember it.
Him or me?
You're concentrating on that specific memory
No.
of the vision in the pool. Because it's the equivalent of like, you know, you were in the room talking with like a family member or something, and you leave the room, and some other friend of yours is like, "Hey, what color of the shirt was your dad wearing?" It's the same kind of like,
right.
Like a waking dream you're trying to remember.
yes.
19.
You saw a variety of undead. Quite a few of them weren't just skeletons and zombies, but of higher undead, including vampire spawns, rights, wraiths, and ghasts. All of different creatures, humanoid ones. Few of them you remember from random taverns and such back in Baldur's Gate.
Was if I keep
All of them
trying to
former enemies of yours.
as I keep trying to remember my image that I saw, would I think that I was just of older age, or if I had become like a lich or something?
You're not sure, but as you're remembering that, that's when you all feel the dry air of Avernus again, coming from that archway.
Okay, everybody. Keep thinking these pretty painful thoughts and let's head back into hell.
But I mean, what the hell are you talking about? It was just a puddle.
But
You just
again,
saw
why was it
water?
a painful thought?
Oh, wait. You're a fish person. Of course you saw water.
Wow, racist.
To be fair, speciest.
Of course, you could see nothing special about it. You breathe it all the time.
Water breather.
So, as you all try to remember who and what you are, or what you maybe will be one day, I'll have everybody except for Koi roll me a concentration check as you try to concentrate on those kind of thoughts.
Concentration?
Yes. So,
Right.
I
Straight
believe
into
that is just a straight con save.
Oh, con save. Okay.
Are there
19.
any classes? 19? Okay.
Easy.
Are there any classes proficient with Constitution saving throws?
I don't think so. Wait, no.
think I am.
Barbarians? I think barbarians and fighters.
That's ironic that barbarians are proficient in concentrating.
Well, not concentrating, but constitution at least.
But that's
Yeah,
what that is.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
Constitution saving
Yeah.
throw for concentration.
17.
I think that was a 10 for me.
Okay. It's good enough to where you are all able to walk through as the gate seems to be flickering in between wherever you are now and Avernus. And I never transitioned. There you go, folks. That is what the face looked like on the overlay. I apologize. For those at home. In any case, I hope you enjoyed that face because we're switching right back to hell. As you all appear in a reddish-orange rust-colored sand and dust that you remember as Avernus. All of the trees around you, all the noises of the woodlands seem to have completely faded and disappeared. And you are standing in front of your war machines, but they are not running.
Oh,
And the dancing hut. You see signs of where it once was, the small crater of where it crashed, its footprints in the ground, but it is no longer there. And you see giant chicken feet footprints going off in another direction somewhere.
anybody else get the feeling that she let us catch her?
Kind of.
All right. Well, we're back in hell. We might as well get a start. Yeah, I can't talk.
And one of the
Right.
coins from underneath the seat and start her up.
Yeah. Do we know where we need to go?
Well, looking for a mountain.
As you get inside your vehicles, they are dead.
Oi, Rick, toss me one of the coins.
Do you have some coins from the coin exchange we did?
We stashed them all under the vehicle, didn't we?
Yeah.
I believe you're all carrying as many as you can, and then the rest are in the vehicles.
Oh, we still
Yeah.
have them on. Okay, so then.
The ones you have on you are on your character sheets in D&D Beyond.
Oh, thank you.
I use one of the reserve ones that's under the seat.
They do a few little extra things that you guys have never used them for yet, and that has all that information on there for you. You guys definitely don't have to use them. I would say it's in older editions when alignment mattered, any of those uses would be considered an evil act. But they're there in case you ever need them.
See them, but okay.
Here we go.
Great. Now we're all going to spend about 20 minutes going over our D&D Beyond sheets.
Those of you watching on Twitch can see it in the overlay. You just click on one of their characters and go to their equipment and click a soul
Oh
coin.
my God, the audience can interact with us?
To a certain extent. They can't change your hit points, thank goodness.
Oh, good.
God.
Because that would be concerning. I just know Kevin would end up trying to kill us all.
In any case, each vehicle will cost one soul coin to activate again.
Well, I will take out one of mine and hop it in the car, or in the bike.
You hear the scream of pain and anguish as the engines roar up.
Oh, good. Nobody messed with the engines.
She pointed us on the map where we're supposed to go, right?
Yes, on your
yes.
map,
Mm-hmm.
in the very northern part of the map, there's a mountain range up there.
All right.
And she pointed to a specific spot up there.
All right. We're gonna climb into the wrecking ball steed again. Let's start it up.
Have all my boys mount up.
Oh, shit. Is Elizabeth still underneath the skin?
No.
Oh, shit.
Also, you notice all your soul coins you had stored in the vehicle are gone. Everything else is still there, though, including your abyssal jerky.
So either Elizabeth came back to life and robbed us, or somebody else did and took the doll.
What else do you expect of this place?
Any chance of spying any tracks on the ground leading to or from the bikes or the vehicle?
Give me perception. Wait, no, that's survival. Survival check.
Survival? All right.
I'll assist.
Because 5e's, well, every edition's weird with tracking, but
Actually, do you want me to check it out? I have an 8 in survival.
I will assist you
Okay.
just on my idea.
Right. Yeah. And it's 11.
11, you still make it because they rolled really bad. Or, I mean, you see tracks in the dirt.
Spoiler alert.
They appear to be boot tracks of a large bipedal creature wearing boots.
What direction?
They went that way.
North, south, east, and west are kind of weird in Avernus. So, in a direction.
So they did go that way.
Not towards the mountains, we'll say that.
We don't know how far of a lead they have on us.
Do you follow them?
I would like to get our coins back.
As they seem to go near a mound that looks like it used to be a building for who knows how long ago. as most of Avernus is a wasteland of former buildings and fortresses and such.
Alright, well, I guess we should probably get our stuff back.
Let me retcon what I just said and add in find Elizabeth and get our coins back. I just realized how heartless that sounded coming from Nick. Go.
Let's get our stuff back, and then we can resume Operation Rescue Richtofen.
Yeah, Nix will take the lead and head towards that building.
All right. You guys follow the tracks, and they seem to go around the other side of the ruins of this fortress, or what's left of whatever this is. And you see sitting there on top of a big stone piece is Elizabeth, laying there on her back. Dust has covered her from the wind blowing and such.
Okay. I know I say this a lot, but I think that's a trap.
Yeah.
I think so as well.
How much does she weigh?
More than 10 pounds, and she's about 30 feet away as you turn around the corner.
So perception on any visible traps.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd
Roll
like
away.
to check that too.
I got a +6 on that. Okay, 26.
10.
Nix.
Yes.
You don't see anything.
Do I sense it?
I should say, you don't see anything out of the ordinary within range of sight.
How far away are we from the vehicles?
Following the tracks, you're about 120 feet away.
I'm gonna start heading back to the vehicle.
Guard on them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would wait until you got to the vehicle before continuing on, because I know you're prone to ramming things at this point.
So, Nix, you stay put, and Richtofen moves back to the vehicles.
Just long enough for him to get back to the vehicle. Yeah.
Does anyone else join Richtofen besides the boys, who have been commanded to follow him and haven't been told to command since, so they're still following?
I'll queue with Nix.
As I get there, I use one of the soul coins I had on my person to start the vehicle and have the skeletons man the positions.
I thought we used the vehicles to get to where we were, hence using the soul coins to begin with.
I thought we followed the tracks and it was just a walking distance away.
Yeah, it was 120 feet away from your vehicles.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah. Hold on to the soul coin and then.
My goodness, if you guys had a passive perception to look at footprints in the sand while in your vehicles.
I mean, I kind of figured that's what we were doing.
That would be insane.
I rolled a nat 50.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
So,
I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but that clap of thunder just scared the crap out of me. If Nix happens to cause a blackout, I will return just as quickly as I can.
okay.
Right.
Koi, do you stay with Nix, or are you heading back to the vehicles?
I'll go with Brick then.
Okay. Nix.
Oh, I don't.
Becoming visible about 100 feet away is a strange-looking fiend. He has these weird tusks that come out of the side of his head, and his lower jaw is like a bone that's visible. And instead of hair, he has spikes coming down, but he still has like a pinkish flesh look to him. He has a bandolier, cloak, and he's carrying in one hand a crossbow that he fires at you, and it hits you as he just seems to appear out of nowhere.
Ah, crap.
Lovely.
You take 14 piercing damage, and we'll roll initiative.
I see that picture. I know what this thing is out of character.
We're fighting a predator.
You said 14?
14 piercing. It is considered magical, if that matters. As what appears to be a bolt that seems to be made from like a fiendish's bone goes into your shoulder.
Ow.
22 for Brakka.
Okay.
16.
And on D&D Beyond, you should be able to keep track of damage as well.
That's exactly what I just did.
Okay.
Dirty 20 for Nix.
I was looking at 5 other things. I didn't even get all the initiatives. All right. What was it for Brakka again?
22.
22, me as well.
All right. I think Koi has the better dex. So 22 the greater. What did Nix get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. And Richtofen?
16.
All right. And then Lulu.
It's the fridge. Are you okay?
Lulu didn't get too bad. Oh yeah, she's at full health now because of long rest. Sweet. And Crossbow Boy got a nat 1.
Of course. Shoots me in the... Never mind.
So up first, after that surprise round, or after you were surprised and... Koi, you're about 60 feet away, like halfway between the vehicles and the group that stayed behind, when you hear, with your giant Triton ears, of a crossbow bolt. And as you turn around, you see Nix got hit by a crossbow bolt. And then way in the distance, you see a some kind of humanoid figure with a crossbow.
How way in the distance? Oh,
I'll say
far
from
away.
your current angle, about 130 feet away.
Okay, I shoot at it.
All right.
Sniper battle.
Yeah,
What
I
else
will
do you
add
do?
sharpshooter.
Oh,
What else do you do when a friend gets shot with an arrow?
interesting. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. 27.
A 27 hits.
Oh no, sorry. I didn't add the sharpshooter. So 22, 23.
22 hits.
Okay.
If 22 did not hit, I'd be very scared.
Yeah, well, you never know.
In hell, yeah, actually.
So I will add the superiority dice to add guarding attack. It has to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
These Avernus dice haven't fixed themselves yet. That's an 8 total.
Okay, so now it has disadvantage on attacks that are not against me.
Interesting. Okay.
26 piercing damage.
Ooh, okay.
My second attack.
It has armor on the shoulder plating, and I'll see you actually hit it in the arm, like right in the bicep.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my second attack misses. 15.
15, he ducks, or I should say it. Has a kind of masculine-like figure, so we'll go with he. He ducks.
Yeah.
And not the quack kind. Bad, horrible pun. Anyway, is that everything for Koi?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Nix, you are not
No.
next. What am I saying?
Brakka.
Brakka, you are next.
All right. So this thing is going to get an entangle under its feet.
Does that reach at 100 feet away?
That reaches at entangle.
Because you were with Nix.
Entangle. I'll move up 10 feet so I can get it within range because it's 90 feet.
All right, strength save. Yeah, I'm using new dice. Nat 1.
Yep, he is trapped in there.
All right, he's entangled.
He is restrained.
Restrained.
Mm-hmm.
That's your turn?
Yeah, it's my turn. Can't really do anything.
All right, then it's Nix's turn.
Okay. You said 100 feet.
Yep. Restrained.
You shot me, you son of a bitch. I'm a firing my lasers with a lightning bolt from my mouth.
That's a dex save, right?
That is a dex save.
Disadvantage, because restrained. Fails. With a whopping, 10.
Oh, wow. $31 lightning damage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do not mess around when somebody shoots me.
Definitely not. And that's Nix's turn?
I believe so. 1 second. Is there any additional effects for lightning bolt?
Nope. Just a lot of damage. It's a line of fireball, but lightning.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Gonna kind of duck behind Brakka, just as a shield.
Okay.
All right.
Question, does that give me 3/4 cover?
It does not, because you already used your action to cast a spell, not to hide.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I move away from her an additional 10 feet, so we're not close enough to get hit with anything.
Gotcha. Richtofen, you are 60 feet away from Nix and Brakka, 130, 125 feet away from whatever this fiend is.
Oh, okay.
That is currently restrained.
With a loud, big plume of red dust and loud screeching of metal and manic laughing, the vehicle goes screaming past everyone towards this guy.
You are 60 feet away from your vehicle. You got halfway to your vehicle when this happened.
I thought I was in it.
Said he was moving to the vehicle before I got shot. That was
Yes.
the first thing. We waited for him to get to the vehicle.
Yes, and Koi joined him, and halfway there is when you got shot.
He's restrained. You can still hop into the vehicle.
All right, don't keep going towards the vehicle.
May as well get into the vehicles.
So you use your turn to dash, and you're there.
Yes.
You're not in the vehicle, but you're at it. Since the action would be dashing.
Okay.
And that's your turn.
Yes.
All right. After Richtofen, with the whopping 10 initiative, Lulu's like, "Hey, no one shoots my friend." As she flies over to him. Doesn't matter which group she's in, her fly speed she'll make it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And she uses her tusks.
She has an advantage because you're restrained.
Yep. Let me pull up her stats. Make sure she hit.
Plus, you don't actually have a character sheet on D&D Beyond for her.
I tried.
Well, a valiant effort.
Actually, I have notes for her stats.
Oh, neat.
There we go. Alright. Oh, come on. She attempts to attack with her tusk, and even while restrained, he has shoulder guards, and he uses his shoulder guards to deflect her tusk.
Ouch.
And he spits at her.
That's just rude.
Jerk.
He goes, hey, hey, hey.
Well, I mean,
don't know.
we kind of should have figured he's a jerk when he shot me.
But you see your golden little star of a Holophant fly over there, and then that's when you realize how tall he is. He's over 10 feet tall. He's very big.
Size.
And that's Lulu's turn. After Lulu is Big Boy. So. He cannot attack these vines, right?
Mm-hmm. He's just restrained by them. Entangle. Duration, difficult terrain. Must succeed on a strength save or be restrained. A creature restrained by the plants can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. On a success, it frees itself. When the spell ends, the conjured plants wilt away.
Oh, he had advantage on that. I didn't roll an advantage.
No.
Okay, I'll say for his turn, the advantage will be for this turn, not for his initial restraint.
Okay.
He does break free of the entanglement. And then that's when all of you just see him vanish. Gone.
No, he's still in the... Well, he won't be for long, I guess.
You centered it on him, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Let me double
Say
check the
20
radius.
foot square.
20 foot?
Yeah, 20 foot square.
Alright. Koi. It is Koi's turn after that.
I don't see anything, right?
You do not. You saw this Thanos-sized dude. That's actually pretty close. Same level of thickness on this guy's body. Rip himself out of the vines. We'll say they were blackish, thorny vines, like something you'd see from like Maleficent or something. Because how? And you weren't near the iron trees this time. And after he broke free, you saw him just seem to disappear, like he just gradient faded out. But you clearly see like the vines, like getting moved and stuff, like he's moving through them. Meta-wise, he's turned invisible.
Yeah.
Probably disadvantaged to try and shoot him, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Probably.
Also, you'd have to guess which square he's in, because you don't know what square he's in. And I'm gonna exempt that because we're not on grid. We're not actually on grid stuff, so it'll be just disadvantage.
Yeah, already my arrows for when I see him.
So you ready an attack action?
Yeah.
Do you ready a sharpshooter?
Yes, both.
Okay. After that, do you move up at all?
No?
Okay. After Koi is Brakka.
Okay. So, despite the fact that I haven't had a chance to actually change up my spell listing on D&D Beyond, we had a long rest, so I probably would have switched out some of my spells.
Fair enough.
Just, you said we could probably see where the vines were moving because it was still up.
You can see the vines being moved and stuff. He's
Right.
still pretty far away from you. You moved up 10
Right.
feet, so he was 90 feet away. He's probably further than that now.
Okay, spells.
But you highly doubt he's out of the range of your entanglement currently.
Right. So I would like to.
Oh, for those at home, how silly of me.
Ah.
The map you're seeing is Avernus. Very, very far zoomed in. That volcano is Bell's Forge. Archfiend, he's pretty cool. Might be in charge of making all the weapons for the Blood War for the Devil's side. Pretty cool dude. Lulu's token, which is showing up now, is where the group is. Halfway between his volcano and that giant fissure, which is called Kochichi's Maw, which is where the demon lord of the Frost Giants himself is currently residing.
What's his name again?
Kochichi.
Gesundheit.
Exactly.
Okay. So, where I last saw this guy before I dropped the entanglement, I am going to point at the sky with my staff, slam the butt of it on the ground again, and do call lightning from that area. So everything within the point of where the lightning's hitting needs to do dex saves and takes damage.
Interesting. When you cast a spell, you choose a point you can see within a range. A bolt lightning flashes down. Okay. Give me a perception check.
All right. Perceive.
This won't be an action or anything.
Perceive. Brakka, perceive. That is a 16.
All right. And you shoot your lightning down.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me damage.
$13.
All right. Your lightning strikes down. Your entanglement's gone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I had to drop it to do this.
The entanglement disappears, and as it disappears, all of you see lightning strike the ground where the entanglement once was. Black soot appears there. The lightning bolt was black, like a dark saber, if you guys are Star Wars nerds.
Nice.
Bit of smoke. And that's Brakka's turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. After Brakka is Nix.
So I'm not even going to worry about trying to see him. I'm just going to drop a Sickening Radiance on the exact center of that 20-foot square of Brakka's and use a 30-foot sphere to hit him with it.
What's the range of the spell?
Range of the spell is 120 feet.
Hell yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Thank you very much.
I'm pretty sure a 28 on that con save passes.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Jeez.
Yeah, that passes.
Alright, on a pass, what happens?
I'm thinking that it doesn't do anything.
Also, the dex save was a 19 for your lightning bolt, in case you were curious.
So he would have taken half of that 13.
Yes.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything that happens other than this sentence. This light makes it impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible.
So it doesn't take damage?
It doesn't take damage because of he passed the con save. But the light, again, renders them impossible for the creature to benefit from being invisible.
Oh, hey, I actually have your character sheet open right now. I can look at it directly. Why was I not doing that with Brakka?
That's a good question. Why weren't you doing that?
Sickening Radiance. Available in D&D Beyond. Creature who moves in the area first time on its turn, or starts its turn there, must make a con save. It says they must succeed on the con save or take radiant damage and exhaustion and the dim greenish light. But because he passed, I guess he takes none of that. Because it doesn't say he takes half on a success.
Crap.
Wow.
Well, that's a level 4 spell, completely useless.
Sorry, man. The dust around there has a greenish, eerie 1950s sci-fi glow to it from your Sickening Radiance, which is my favorite spell in Xanathar's. Personally. It's so sci-fi. It's not what you would expect from magic. But I guess that's your action. So
Yep. I'm not going to move anywhere, but that sucks.
Sorry, man. It happens.
Roll it of the die.
Richtofen. You are at your vehicle.
Is it required action to put a coin in?
I'll say it requires an action to get in the seat and put the coin in, yes.
All right. Then the boys will mount the battle positions, and I'll get in and put the coin in.
Okay. As you put in your trusty soul coin, the entire thing revs up in pain and despair as wailing shoots out the exhaust pipe. And it is all ready to go for next turn.
Okay.
And one of the skeletons on the wrecking ball, and it just like turns the wrecking ball a little bit, like getting the momentum ready.
And ballistas are aiming forward.
Right. After Richtofen, it is Lulu's turn. Lulu doesn't... Oh no, Lulu was in range of that because she flew up with her tusks.
Oh,
Well, if that's the case, then I would have spent a sorcery point to avoid it.
oh, and the lightning.
Oh, the lightning, on the other hand.
I'm just gonna, because I didn't have her roll before, I'm just gonna say she passed both times.
Nice.
But she does the classic, very horrible writing trope, where she just yells what she's feeling at the moment, and she says, "I am not happy," and she blows her trumpet in the general direction that she thinks he's in.
You can't have characters say what they feel. That makes me angry.
Exactly. And he needs to make another Constitution saving
show.
throw.
Good show.
And she's not immune to radiant damage. I'm actually surprised.
You'd think that the
As a
celestial would
celestial
be,
isn't?
right?
Yeah, you would expect it. But you all hear a very loud blast of the trumpet of blasting. He made his check, but he takes half of the thunder damage.
Oof.
And as he takes half the thunder damage, he is visible again. And that's when your fire goes off. Or your bolt goes off.
Yeah.
Remember, you have sharpshooter, so it's at -5.
Yeah. So one attack it's 21 and the other one is 11.
It's no longer a disadvantage because he's visible. So that 21 was your first roll, and we're going to go with that.
Yeah, but the second one I missed. I mean, I rolled both attacks at the same time.
We're both sharpshooter?
Yeah.
Okay, well, your first one hit at least.
Yes. I'm gonna spend one of the superiority dice.
Okay. He's looking really hurt.
So I'm just gonna try to make him no. Yeah, the same wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Even my big metal dice are failing me. 8.
A lot of that going around.
An 8 total.
Okay, 30 piercing damage.
Okay.
And it has disadvantage if attacks anyone who's not me.
All right. Wow. Your bolt goes through. He's like these ridiculously huge tusks that like go out like this and then arc upwards. Your bolt goes through one of the tusks and goes into like his cheek. As you hear him like ah from that 30 damage from a single bolt.
Yeah. Sharpshooter is crazy.
You're like, yeah, I'm just that cool, No big deal. Crossbows for life. And that's Coin's turn.
Yeah. I think it's my turn again.
All right.
Oh, no, it's that thing's turn.
Brakka, it's your turn.
Zap.
All right, I think we skip
They're
the beast turn.
Oh, we skipped the guy's turn.
Yeah, because it was my
Oh,
turn.
that was your. That's right. That was your readied.
It was my red. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? He really does not like you. You've done the most damage to him by far. You are at his long range, but he doesn't care. He's still gonna fire a bolt at you, Koi.
It's a counter sniper battle.
Does a 15 hit?
No, it does not.
A bone bolt goes flying past you, and you see lightning on it. And after he fires, he turns invisible.
Damn it.
Now it's your turn, Koi.
Yeah, whatever. I will just randomly shoot normal balls at the guy.
Okay, you're at disadvantage.
17.
You hit.
Oh. Okay.
Do you spend anything?
9 piercing damage.
Okay.
And my second attack.
A bolt. You all see it just hit him in the gut as he turns visible again.
Oh, so I don't have disadvantage, right, in the second attack?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Sharpshooter then.
As he's just thinking to himself, I'm CR10. What the fuck?
Natural 20.
No! Hey!
Oh god. Chart. Bust out the chart.
He had 1 hit point left.
Oh.
Wow.
Ah.
Roll me D100. As we roll on the critical chart, in Xanathar's last notes to everything else, available on the
60.
DM's Guild. 60, you said.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
Damage.
Your shot definitely killed him, but he's in slow motion starting to fall. Anybody feel inspired to attack still?
Yes.
Zap.
Okay. Just roll damage for your zap.
6. 15.
Okay, and then how much damage with your critical?
So
Tried to fire a firebolt.
23.
23? Okay. The critical allowed one ally to do an attack as a reaction because they're
one
just
ally.
so inspired.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it was like first come, first serve, sorry.
Shot.
Brakka beat you by just a hair because both of you were like, I do this.
Yeah. It happened.
All right.
I like to think of it that the bolt acted as a lightning rod.
That's actually what I was about to describe. You just shoot it straight up in the air, and it arcs up, and then as it's going down, a lightning hits it. And as it gets hit by the lightning, the bolt actually goes into the top of his head.
Yes.
Exactly what I was going to do with another lightning bolt when it got around to my turn, but he's dead now. So.
And then I snap, and the thing turns into dust.
He literally explodes.
Yeah.
You have a tendency to do that to things. Just saying.
And you're pretty sure it's not from the lightning or your bolt.
Oh.
As
Like
you
a
hear
big
like a beeping
explosion?
sound on him, and it gets faster, and then he explodes.
He was rigged.
His super cool brass crossbow with all the specialized bolts, and his really nice, wicked-looking infernal dagger that's more like a Bowie knife on him, explode,
Oh.
Okay.
leaving nothing behind but a small little crater of black soot and a bit of smoke.
I
Okay.
knew he was a predator.
First off, if he was a predator, that would have been a very large explosion entangling all of us. Secondly, Nix immediately rushes over to Elizabeth.
And thirdly, nobody wields a cooler crossbow than me.
And fourthly, unfortunately, all your bolts that were stuck in him got exploded.
I assume.
But hey, there's still that bolt that flew past you.
Yeah.
You hear a tiny little... It does say all of his equipment explodes. So
No.
I did miss 2 bolts, though. Are those still intact?
they were within 30 feet. They would not have survived that. A lot of damage, let's just say.
Okay.
Blame Brakka for that one.
Nah.
Oh, something did survive his explosion, though. As you guys see a glint of something metallic.
Is it his boots?
Checking
No.
it out.
As you guys go over to what's left of him, it should have been just his boots. But no, it's... there are burnt remains of a bag, but you see all the soul coins that you once had in a bag.
Ooh, our soul
Thanks.
coins. We're gonna need another bag. Actually, wait, no, Nix doesn't see that. They ran over to Elizabeth.
Next, we got our soul coins back.
Don't care. Finding Elizabeth.
I'd be driving up to them now.
Oh no, Lulu was in 30 feet.
Oh no!
You gotta keep track of that, man.
Sorry, she's too adorable.
You can't let the cute one die.
You could say that her adorableness protected her, but
No, this is really bad. I gotta roll. I have to roll for this.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Dexterity save.
No.
Oh, she's not good at those.
I got my thing ready.
A nat 5.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Not good.
And she's like, ah! As she takes 18 damage.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And she looks really hurt.
Oh, well, maybe that is kind of bad.
Does she go flying past us?
We'll say she
13.
comically gets flung right next to Brakka.
How much
Brakka.
damage was that?
18.
You have 13 back from my Balm of the Summer Court.
Okay. She's just kind of covered in soot now.
All right. Whew. There we go.
Thank you.
Gotta keep you up and healthy. So friends do. Just pats Lulu on the head.
You all in post. Now you got to see at least some of the combat capabilities, and you would have seen pictures of it at least in your studies at Candlekeep.
Mm-hmm.
Recognize this as not just any kind of fiend, but a devil.
Ooh.
A specialized devil. An Orthon. They are bounty hunter devils, essentially. They have specialized infernal daggers that can deal a lot of innate poison damage. They have a unique brass crossbow that has up to 6 different kinds of unique bolts that it fires. And also, they have an invisibility field, as you clearly could tell. And
Really?
and they explode when they die.
Great. So now we got to deal with that crap.
But they're always they're always bounty hunters. Or if they don't have any jobs, if they just find something they find really entertaining to hunt.
So does that mean there's a bounty on us, or he just wanted to shoot us?
Well, either he's just looking for some kicks while he's in between jobs, or what was his name? Bell, the one that wants the phylactery, is getting sick of waiting for Richtofen to get it.
Give me investigation checks. As you guys are like, was he here the whole time?
Hey, I'm proficient with that. Dirty 20.
As you guys do
Natural one.
As you guys do some detective work.
Natural one.
Brakka, you think it's just in his nature? I'm sorry for throwing a fellow druid under the bus.
No, it's all right. Now I kind of want to see a picture of Grunk and Brakka shooting the breeze, doing druid stuff.
I don't think they'd get along. But in any case,
Probably not.
But yeah, what does a dirty 20 get me?
you zoom in and enhance on your fingers as you just see you're just examining dust or something. We get some CSI parody stuff happen as you come to the final conclusion after looking around the scene of the crime that he had set up camp here and he's actually been here for a bit. Fiends don't need to eat or sleep, so there wasn't really much here, but it looked like he planned this in advance and obviously used your doll as bait.
So, completely forgot that I was rushing over to.
You're not sure if he was hunting one of you specifically from the amount of information you can gather from the scene, but he was definitely sent here to hunt at least one of you, if not all of you.
Okay, and in comic relief style, Nix realizes they were still trying to go over to Elizabeth to begin with, and immediately does that.
As you go over to Elizabeth, your investigation check, you were able to get her during that time. She was not rigged with a bomb or anything.
Oh, good, because that would have really pissed me off.
Though now in post, I feel like I should have had him set up a literal trap on her. But in any case,
yeah,
you have your Elizabeth doll back.
Yay!
He didn't do anything to harm it, and the reason why you're pretty sure he's been here for a while is because of her. She was sitting on top of this this stone, and dust had covered her a bit.
So prestidigitation to get rid of the dust.
Mm-hmm. Your conclusion is maybe a few weeks.
Oof.
Oh,
so yeah. This was not on a get your kicks kind of trip. He was either ordered or planned this.
As part of your investigation, you're investigating your infernal war machines. They look like they've been off for quite a while.
Damn, how much time did pass?
Who knows?
Stares at DM, breaking the fourth wall.
The outer planes are a mystery.
Okay.
You head back home and it's just Futurama. And it's just like, oh, we've been gone for too long.
No, we head back home and it's Eberron.
We've been gone way too long.
So yeah, pick up Elizabeth, clean her off, and take her back to the bike.
Mm-hmm. And Richtofen, you notice that your sweet baby, your vehicle, the engine's kind of sputtering a little bit. It has 1 level of exhaustion.
The car?
So does the Devil's Ride. Because your DM totally forgot that in the vehicle rules that the vehicles can be exhausted. By exhausted, it means parts start to wear down after a while.
Oh man!
But they function rules-wise, just like exhaustion. So both of your vehicles have a level of exhaustion each.
Oh, jeez.
The only way to fix them is to, fix them. Can't really cast Greater Restoration on them or anything.
I mean, not like any of us have that to begin with.
I don't have it yet.
Right, so not like any of us have it to begin with.
And on
Should
that
we take a minute?
I got something in my eye, so we'll take a minute.
Shit.
Can we have a bit of a break?
Yeah, because my camera's the only one visible.
Yay, be right back.
So we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, sorry about that. It was just such an emotional moment of everybody getting back their stuff.
And Elizabeth.
Yeah, your stuff.
It's not stuff.
But we're back.
Anyways.
So everyone's in their vehicles.
Yeah.
You got your soul coins back.
Mm-hmm.
And you have your spot on the map that you need to go.
Tally ho.
Hi ho diggity.
All right. Hi ho diggity. You guys travel across the Avernus wastelands. And Richtofen, Roll me a d20 as you guys travel.
Oh no.
Roll a good d20.
Straight 20.
Yep. Totally not from a d20 random table.
16.
From the box set for the dice set.
Oh right.
How do we magically get screwed this time?
Nix.
Oh shit.
I just registered what you said. So,
I had to say something.
Asking you shall receive.
I wasn't asking.
you hear something say your name as you drive right by something. You see like a light glimmer in the ruins of some building.
Oh God, this is going to be a whole nother Elizabeth fiasco. Okay. I turn the bike around and go to investigate.
Richtofen, you notice Nix immediately veer off from the direction you guys were going, which is towards the mountain range in the distance.
Where is he going?
They.
Where are they going?
Thank you.
I guess I turn to follow.
All right. Next, you see the ruins of a battlefield. A bunch of dead devils, random little puddles of demon ichor around here in various spots. It appears to be ruins of some kind of castle, or maybe a cathedral.
Ooh.
But it looks like it was hastily designed and was built more for warfare than anything else.
So
nothing pretty about it. Yeah, essentially. In the center of it all, as one of the walls is completely collapsed in on itself, as it seems like you see a ballista arrow of ridiculously immense size, which you mistook for a tree as you entered in here. It was that big of a siege weapon firing.
Those arrows are bigger than me.
Yeah. Koi, these look storm giant craft.
Okay.
So,
Sorry.
storm giants are the biggest of all the giants, and this is a siege weapon for them. That's why I'm like, this is like a tree-sized bolt.
Hey, Koi, I bet you can't fire this.
Well, if we were back in that one dimension when we fought the Tarask, we could.
Now I think if your bolts were to scale to that when you were in that tiny dimension. In any case, in the very center of all this, you'll notice that there seems to be like a very clearly in the dust, almost like an explosion outwards pattern in the dust, and a bunch of dead bodies, some skeletons of fiends, some maybe of more humanoid-like creatures, seem to be scattered all around, and they all seem to blow away from a single point. And one of these skeletons, you see that it has on, it looks like it had on some kind of face gear. It's kind of hard to tell what it is now, but like half the mask is destroyed. And Nix, you hear your voice at the center of this crater.
My voice?
Yes, saying your own name.
Okay. That's not creepy at all. I'm going to play it off as an echo. Hello?
No response.
Well, that's no fun.
You see on the ground what appears to be a skeletal form of a Dragonborn in a praying position. And when I say praying, I mean more like the Muslim prayer in the morning where they face the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And in the cusps of their hands is an iron bowl, a small iron bowl. Actually, no, that's not small at all. What I'm saying. I thought it said 1 inch, not 1 foot. 1 foot diameter bowl
Okay.
made of iron.
I pick it up.
As you pick it up, you see that as you get closer to it, you're like hearing very subtle, like whispers in the wind. And as you pick it up, when they were gradually getting louder and louder, they're immediately quiet. And you see it is ornamented with infernal designs reminiscent of a dragon with 5 heads.
Huh. Okay then. Is there any indications of a staff that may have withered away anywhere close by?
You know, I'll roll a Call of Cthulhu roll for that. Call of Cthulhu has a luck mechanic, which is they use D100s, so it's pretty much percentile chance. So if you're lucky enough that coincidentally that's nearby. You do see a staff poking out of the ground. Completely unscathed. You only see like part of the middle of it. You don't see the top of it or the bottom of it.
Okay. While still holding the bowling ball, I will attempt to pick up the staff. Or what's left of it.
Okay. Excuse me while I look up an appropriate staff.
You're fine.
Because most of these are like, oh crap, that is stupid powerful.
I mean, you already gave me a shield and a circlet of blasting.
The shield's a story item, though.
Technically, so is the circlet of blasting.
Is it, though?
It was. It was part of the adventure. So it's a story item.
But it doesn't have that much of a hook in the overall plot like the shield does.
You don't know that yet. It was on one of the big bads that we had to fight. Well, that we annihilated.
Yeah.
Freaking werewolves.
Okay. This staff seems to be made of an old blackened wood that seems warped. The staff itself isn't straight, it's kind of crooked, like. And on the very head of it, you see what it almost looks like a mummified draconic 5-digit hand.
Would the metal ball that I have fit into the hand?
You try to fit it in it?
Yes.
Is it a ball or is it a bowl?
It's a bowl.
Oh, it's a bowl, not a ball.
It's like a prayer bowl.
I thought it was a ball. Okay.
It does not fit. It's too big.
Okay.
This hand is it's like your size hand. It's a tiny, smallish hand.
Oh, that's creepy.
But you can tell it's like it's been warped as part of the wood itself. Like it was magically created that way.
Mm.
It's definitely not a kobold hand.
Okay. So the skeleton is relatively dragonborn. Or is it exactly dragonborn?
Give me a medicine check.
Medicine. There we are. 16.
Yeah, this appears to be a dragonborn skeleton.
Okay. I will turn around with a very, very shocked look on my face. Hey, guys.
Brakka's already woken up. What'd you find?
Remember that vision where I was a red dragonborn?
Yes. Slowly walking up now a little tentatively.
I think I found my corpse.
Wait, then how are you here?
That's a good question. Point out all the details that fit the description from the previous Dragonborn, the staff, the bow, the symbols, Tiamat markings, all that kind of good stuff.
Do you guys investigate the area?
I certainly would.
All right.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
What's your passive investigation? We don't need to roll for
That's
this.
10 plus?
Yep.
14.
13.
All right. You guys do eventually find one of the more humanoid skeletons. A mask that's still intact enough that you are able to recognize that it is a Cult of the Dragon mask.
Jeez.
But you also find within there what's left of these creatures. A lot of them seem to match a lot of devils that you've seen in Candlekeep in books. And the only reason you're able to figure that much out is because there were archmages, because Candlekeep they're just all epic level wizards that just study the whole time, have dissected fiends. So they were like anatomy pictures and stuff. So hey, this is the skeleton of a barbed devil. Here's a skeleton of a bone devil, which wasn't too hard to tell because they already look like skeletons to begin with.
Do any of them resemble the demons and devils that assisted us from the visions?
No. And you notice there are no signs of abyssal incursion here. No demons, no demon ichor, no flesh warping.
And everything was centered around the Dragonborn, as if it exploded out from that point.
Yes.
Is it a complete skeleton?
Yes.
So speak with dead wouldn't work.
Speak with dead would work. Because it's a complete skeleton.
Richtofen, if you would.
I say it has a mouth, so it works.
All right, I will use speak with dead.
All DMs, it varies. It'd be like, well, technically it doesn't have a throat anymore, so it can't talk. And I'm like, well, it's dead, so it can't talk, so malarkey with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all magic. I don't see the point in doing that, but yeah.
If Farakukra can talk with a beak.
So you go over and speak with dead. And as you cast it, we'll say part of the somatic one is like you have to have like 2 fingers on the middle of the rib cage where the lungs would be, and you like press down on it a little bit, and then almost like if it had lungs, which it definitely does not anymore, you all hear from it like a and you know the spell is active, Richtofen. Now, speak with dead is you have to ask the question specifically. Anyone else can ask them, and it doesn't matter. It's just more if you relay that question.
All right, we got 5 questions.
What's your name?
What is your name?
Cool. Give me a minute. He has no reason to not tell you his name. So, their name.
Dun, dun, dun.
As we pull the classic DM, what's their name? Schmorkenblob. No, not
One
kidding.
moment while I pull bullshit from thin air.
For funsies. Koi, roll me a D100.
61.
61. All right, and then Brakka, roll me a D100.
100. Oh, that's 2 D1 things. Stuff. 48.
All right, you hear from a female voice in Draconic say, "My name is Miss Shan of the Kimbotul clan."
Assuming I'm the only one that understands Dracon. Oh, wait, no. Shut up. I was getting there. I'm
Looks
assuming
at Dragonborn. No one knows Draconic.
No one at all.
Okay. But you did. Well, shit. Rick, help me out here.
Is
Kind of wish there was a monkey's paw now, because if there was, the thumb would go.
I mean, you could do that with the staff, honestly.
Actually, we'll say her bone finger actually goes.
Great. Another creepy thing.
Since you have 5 questions.
Right.
and for the non-draconic speaking, we would of course relay the information.
Yeah, she seems to speak all of that in Draconic.
Okay. That's a good question.
With a very heavy foreign accent that you can't quite put a finger on.
What? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I've got a finger on a rib cage. I'm pretty sure I can put a finger on it.
Haha.
This is killing me because I want to narrow it down, but I don't know how to phrase the questions to do so.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
what would you like to ask, and see if I can help you out there?
Well, honestly, I'm trying to figure out if this was me or not. I have the sneaking suspicion we just found my corpse. Most likely from a previous life, if that vision from Madam Mechanic was anything to say about it.
How
Well,
about
ask
what?
her what happened here and see if it corresponds with the dream.
Yeah, ask what happened here, because if it's something that's related to Zariel, and we did, and you in a previous life did help out Zariel, then this might have something to do with it.
Okay.
And then the other thing to ask is probably what if she was part
As
of the
you
cult of the
ask-
dragon.
As you ask that, Richtofen, she says, an ambush from Zariel.
Okay, so I guess she wasn't helping Zariel. She got ambushed by Zariel.
Well, if that's the case, that's one hell of a spell because it looks like it nuked the area.
This is Zariel we're talking about.
My point exactly. But in the vision, I helped her out. What
But
are the
wait.
bowling staff for?
Do you relay that question that Nick's had, Richtofen?
Well, first I would say, but in
Oh yeah,
your vision, you chose to help her while the demons wanted you to hurt her.
And remember, a lot of it was stuff we were choosing to do in the vision.
the devils wanted to, and that's when she was an angel at the time.
Yeah, and Tiamat works with devils.
All right, so what would the next question be?
What were the staff and bowl for? Because that's I want to know what. Yeah.
Richtofen, you're the middleman, so you're asking that exact question.
Yes.
Okay. And she says, that staff of withering is mine.
And
Gift from
bowl.
Tiamat. Both are.
Sorry. Okay. Still doesn't narrow that down.
Oh yeah, 2 left.
Yes.
Maybe
Wanna
ask
find
what
out
position.
how long ago this happened.
Yeah. And also maybe ask what position she held in the cult.
Yeah, the position in the cult may not matter as much.
Which one? Because, like I said, you only got 2 left. So, which question was Richtofen going with? Was it the position of the cult, or how long ago, or neither? And you guys are gonna do a different question.
We got 2 question lists, so let's try to get as much info as we can.
You also know she does not have to tell you everything.
Mhm.
Mix.
Good with this. If this is what I think it is,
Maybe ask what the bowl does.
I just asked, but we didn't get an answer. It just said it was a gift from Tiamat.
Yeah, she only responded simple answers.
I'm trying
This
to.
was your past life. Do you want to figure out how long ago this took place? See if it could correspond anyway.
Well, that might be the case, but you'd think I would remember before that, like growing up, the childhood.
Got two. Make them count.
That's why I'm not very good at this.
We're on a timer. We got 2 minutes with her.
I'm trying. I out of character. This is driving me nuts. I don't know what to ask.
I was about to say the worst thing you can do when someone's trying to contemplate something is tell them, "Hey, hurry up."
Yeah.
Red wire or blue wire? Hurry.
Okay. Here's a really specific question. Ask her if the events of our vision match up with what she did, specifically choosing to heal Zariel on that battlefield where we were all standing around her.
I would
Okay.
explain
So wording wise, you're asking her
I
if
would
she
tell her about the
remembers that vision, or that you describe the vision to her and ask her if that's what happened.
describe the vision that we had and ask her if that's what happened or if something else happened.
If that's what she did, we're specifying her actions, making sure that's what the actions she took. And if that matches up, then that matches with the vision of my character in that specific position.
Okay.
She says no. I kind of want to just throw like an Afridi at you guys and be like, you have 3 wishes.
Well, shit.
And now she seems really fancy as only her pinky is raised.
You know, that kind of bugged me when you started doing that. I figured you'd go the other way around. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger.
Could be
Now,
only the middle finger left.
With sign language, you start with the thumb when you're counting. Also, 3 is this instead of this.
Right.
Which is
that's
interesting.
W.
Anyway,
Um,
then there was one question.
Yeah.
I'll say you gotta hurry up. You got a whopping 5 minutes left.
Oh, Jesus.
Being sarcastic, obviously.
Yeah. This is driving me crazy.
It has to be a question directed at her. So you can't pull the BS that genies do where someone's just like, they're not talking to the genie, but they're like, man, I wish this day was over. You know, it won't pull that kind of
not
bullshit.
pulling any Aladdin bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Anybody got any ideas? This is killing me.
I do not know. Ask who was calling you.
Well, it was my voice.
But ask what was producing that, if it knows what was doing that.
That wouldn't benefit the knowledge of her. That could have just been a magic mouth that was triggered by whoever happened to catch sight of it of the area first.
Richtofen would know, and would definitely relay to the rest of you that would speak with Dad. You can only answer what it knows.
Right. So it's been long dead. Probably wouldn't know.
Sorry. What it knew in life.
Right.
Would you like to know what she was doing down here in hell?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other questions could be asked. I mean, out of character, I am really bad at this.
What was your purpose down here in hell?
Serving Tiamat. She would say more than that.
So I say, I want a refund.
See, now I'm the one pondering.
It's not fun, is it?
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
Serving as one of Tiamat's talons in Avernus.
Oof. That is a big title.
And that's when she exhales and her head stops moving.
And she's done.
Nix, you're not sure why, but the title of Talon of Tiamat sounds familiar to you.
That's what I just said, wasn't it not?
That it was. I'm sorry.
I mean, it may have just been ironic, but...
Hey, Nix.
Yes.
That title?
Yes.
That sounds familiar to you.
Holy shit, guys! I think that title was familiar to me.
Like zoinks!
Just throwing myself under the bus there.
It's like, wow! I've never seen somebody swan dive in front of a bus before.
Great job, Velma. You found a clue.
Now put your glasses back on and let go of my arm.
That's not my arm.
Oh, god damn it! Why did you go there?
But on that note, there's nothing else really of significance that you find in these ruins.
Okay, I'm going to keep the bowl and the staff because there's nothing to say that scrying wouldn't help.
Do you try to attune to the staff?
It's a staff of withering.
That's what she called it anyway.
Right. You know what? Screw it. I've got a headband, I've got a circlet, I've got a shield. Yes, I'll try to attune to the staff.
As you try to attune to it, it turns to dust.
Damn it.
Plot twist.
Well, at least I got the bowl.
Alright.
Waiting for the DM to say the bowl turns to dust.
Nope, it's made of hellfire iron.
Ooh.
Alright. Let's
Assuming since she's part of Cult of the Dragon, it might have been forged out of Tiamat's breath herself.
Breath?
Yes.
Hmm.
Actually, you guys can roll history checks for Cult of the Dragon if you want.
I would certainly like to. I don't know what I could gain from a 13.
8.
More than that, apparently.
Let me take a stab.
You know Tiamat's in hell. The cult probably gets sent here for the blood war and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But she never been one known for fighting demons.
17.
You think it wouldn't be out of question that a lot of the Cult of the Dragon, at least the parts that are in hell itself, maybe even beyond, a lot of their hellfire iron might have been heated up by red dragon's breath for forging purposes. Because, dragons. They gotta make everything as dragon as it can.
Hey,
I'm trying to get there.
Also,
you're halfway there.
Also, with that history check, you think this is like an offering bowl for Tiamat? And she's not one of the good dragons, or good gods. So, it's more like sacrifices blood gets poured into this bowl for rituals, probably.
So, we can gain the fact that this individual was effectively nuked while trying to pray to Tiamat with a bowl of some type of offering. Yeah, that kind of fits the bill. Okay, screw it. We can contemplate it while we're on the move.
Yeah, good idea.
I stow the bowl in my bag of holding, and can I take the skull with me?
Sure.
That's my shtick.
Hey, fuck off. This is my corpse, I think.
I could just animate you.
Evil alignment
Shit.
for both. Done.
Holy shit! I don't take the skull. Rick, animate me. We could at least keep the dragon with us, and it's at least one step up from one of the Skelly boys, and you can at least keep this one extra with us while we travel.
I've not used this in a while. I'm going to use the night collar.
Okay. The skeleton gets up. Looks at you, Richtofen. Just stands there.
You work
Follow
for
my
me now.
orders.
Let's go.
Tell it to follow my orders, please. This will be amazing. Come on.
Do what he says.
They.
I could keep you as a trophy. You know that, right?
I just want you to get my pronouns correct. That's all.
Do what they say for now.
Yay!
As long as it doesn't turn against me.
Like I would do that. I'm waiting to see how dumbfounded the DM is about this.
And since it's probably been a while, I'm going to go ahead and recast Animate Dead to up the timer on the boys.
On the Skelly boys.
Yes. Now, would I have to get rid of one of the lower end skeletons?
Okay, you know that you can tell it to do what it needs to do as an action on its turn, during its next turn. Or you can issue a general command, such as guard a particular chamber or corridor. So, you're pretty sure that it will follow Nyx's commands, but only to a certain extent.
It's like a lease.
And I've got no problems with that. I just wanted to keep the skeleton with us for the time being. You never know what sort of insight we can gain or information that it could share.
Yeah, in 10 more days, we can ask it more questions.
Hey, even better. I wanted to ride on my bike, though.
I don't think it's going to have room for you in it.
I'm 3 feet tall. This vehicle was made for at least, 2 people, if I'm not mistaken?
It is for one person.
Or could it be
But
one person carrying another
I was
person?
allowing you and Elizabeth because you were both small.
All right.
The skeleton is definitely medium size.
Okay.
All right.
So, in
That's
that case,
right.
yeah, let's just have her, because it was identified as a her, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
We're
let's
burning
just-
hell lights.
Yeah. So I'll get on the bike with Elizabeth, and then I'll direct the skeleton that's now under my command to get in the vehicle with the others, and we continue on our journey.
All right. And you guys travel.
Dun, dun,
For-
dun, dun, dun.
And you guys get a day's worth of travel, and the mountains are getting closer.
Yay!
Do you guys rest at all?
Should probably stop for the night. Yeah. Maybe take a look at the machines.
Do we even get a night in this? I mean,
Well,
there
we
is no
did
day.
rest.
There's no day and night. It's always at a perpetual, like, reddish orange light emanating from these clouds up above.
so I figure we just find a building, pull over. Oh wait, no, Mav can do the hut thing this time.
Yeah. We did the hut thing last time.
Yeah, do the hut thing, do our normal shtick.
Your
get the good
vehicles,
berries.
your vehicles, and your skelly boys and girl will not fit in your hut, but the rest of the party will
Sentry.
just barely fit.
Yeah, but they can stand sentry on the outside.
Mhm. While we're resting, should we take a look at the vehicles to try and fix them up?
What could we do without breaking them further?
I mean, I did help work on one back at the outpost.
That is true. I would not.
So would I be able to use the investigation to see what kind of breakdown is going on?
Well, there are rules for that. Let me get to them, because I already forgot them.
Man, we are jumping all over the place tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the DM's job.
I was gonna say, how late are we going?
We're
Probably
gonna
not
end. We're
very
gonna
much
end
longer.
here, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to get this real quick.
Yeah.
Alright.
As
Kinda
as your
figured,
rest.
We're not trying
Right.
to kill Lluis over here.
Yeah,
There we go. War machines, exhaustion. Where are you at?
our living turret needs to sleep.
Here's chase complications, which you guys already did once with the fire tornado of death.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Which
crap.
only Nix avoided.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the only way to remove exhaustion on your vehicle is to repair it. Repairing a vehicle. You can attempt to make repairs to the vehicle, but it must have the following criteria met. No creature can operate the vehicle's helm, aka the steering, or one of the weapon stations while making repairs. You must be within reach of the damaged area in need of repair, and you must have the right tools for the job, aka smith's tools or tinker's tools. Do either of you have, or do any of you have that?
I do not.
Nope.
I was just starting to investigate, and if there's something that was like broken, use mending on it.
Well, why not just use mending on it regardless?
All right, give me an investigation check. Actually, non-proficient. Just give me a non-proficient intelligence check, because you're not proficient in Infernal War Machine mechanic.
So what do I need to roll for that?
Just intelligence on top of your D20.
Oh, if that's the case. 25.
Yeah, you spot the pair of gears that seem to be grinding a little bit more. They're fine. You should be able to travel fine with this for another few days. But their teeth are starting to get worn. And you know that mending will not mend these. Because there's nothing to mend. Part of it is slowly eroding away.
Yeah, the teeth are grinding down.
You would need to replace these gears.
So we definitely need to pick up some of those tools next time we get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And we may need to look for either the Wandering Bazaar or another mad mechanic.
As Richtofen pushes himself back out as he was laying on his back underneath one of them. Comes out and he doesn't look that much different, but he's got soot all over him.
Hell grease.
No, you do not have hell grease on you. I'm not
Yeah,
making
that-
you make a saving throw.
Yeah, that would be bad, Mav.
That would be very bad.
I didn't know that was a thing,
You have,
but okay.
you have the exhaust of what is left of the souls that were used to burn through the soul engine. on you.
In that case, I'm surprised he's not using it as lotion.
It smells like death, but you're used to that by now.
I mean,
It's great for the complexion.
yeah, that's Rick, regardless.
And on that note, we'll end there for tonight. So, as we're calling it a night here in Avernus, though there is no such thing as night here, anyone got any plugs or any closing statements before we end it?
I don't think so.
Lluis, plug your art.
Yes.
Yeah, you should follow me. On Twitter and check out my Patreon. I do art. Yeah.
Yeah, the sleepy boy he's fading fast, so
Yeah, fast actually.
yeah,
The
we're gonna be
last half hour has been crazy.
we'll be ending here. So if you like this show or any of the other shows, please subscribe or follow, depending on what platform you're watching us on, either on Twitch or on YouTube or both. It would be greatly appreciated. And we'll see you all next week as the group continues into the mountains of Avernus.
And Nix gets even more confused.
Yeah. Night, everybody.
Night.
Uh,
Ugh.